This hearing is being held as required by the provision of Chapter 131, Section 40 of the General Laws of the Commonwealth and Act relative to the protection of the wetlands as most recently amended. Notice of the time and place of this hearing was published in the Fairhaven Neighborhood News on January 22nd, 2026. It was also posted in the town's clerk's office. This meeting is being held, being audioed and videotaped. Persons wishing to be heard will be called in the following order. I'd entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Anyone approaching the podium, please speak clearly and loudly so this way the minutes can be conducted properly. Okay. Minutes of approval, January 14, 2026. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken. I did get a chance to look at them.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Okay, with that being said, I'd like to entertain a motion that the January 14th, 2026 meeting minutes be approved.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting mail. Any meeting mail? Nope. Old business? Okay. Okay, after the fact extension request for Sincapa Park Drive LLC owner White's Farm Incorporated off Park Drive SE 001-0553. A request for an extension to an existing order of conditions was filed for SE 001-0553 Sincapa Park Drive LLC for property located at off Park Drive, map 17, lot 22B13.13. The applicant proposes a solar photovoltaic array consisting of 4,999 kW and battery storage in a wetland crossing area within the 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. Plan name is Park Drive Solar PV Development, revised on September 16, 2025. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken.
All right, good evening. Zachary Schroing, Senior Director of Development, Sincapa Capital. I also have Matt Connors with Weston Simpson Engineers and Jeff Ramos, who's on council. Sarah Hussain may be joining us, who's also our Associate Developer. She's unfortunately stuck in traffic, but did want to introduce in case she comes in midway. As you guys are aware, we came before you over the past, really almost past year, to amend our order of conditions as approved, to basically put in a bridge. We've gone through a bunch of different diligence documents. We came about you guys 2 weeks ago. There was an extension involved in there. Obviously, we wanted it on the agenda. We're now here. We've seen the amended order of conditions. We're totally fine with it. We think it's great. We've seen all the documentation. So we're here before you to have a vote on everything.
Commission, did anything?
No.
Okay.
I'll put it on.
I'm going to say a couple things,
Yeah.
just because I think it's kind of necessary. I went back and I looked at all the agendas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not once was it ever brought up for an extension, only the amended order.
Sure.
I feel that you guys being the engineers, it's your burden to bring it forward. I'm not saying that, all I'm saying that it was really missed, and I think you guys should have pushed it forward, or it should have been on every single agenda that we went forward with the amended, since they were tied together.
Sure.
I know that I said, that we're 50% blame, we're a lot less than 50, right? It's you guys are the burden, and I just want to say, going forward, we got to really look at what's going on, right? And you guys being the engineers and the professionals should have picked up on this a long time ago.
Sure.
That's all I'm going to say about that. So, what I read here is that you are requesting for an extension. It doesn't say how long you're looking for. With that being said, I'd entertain a motion for a request of an extension for 2 years to the existing order.
That's fine.
Is there anybody from the audience?
Yeah, that's right.
Is there anyone from the audience that would like to speak forth on this?
No.
So that I would like to continue.
Well,
with
if I just might interject.
Go right ahead.
I reviewed some of the documents, and it was obvious that you did look for an extension, was it March,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep. When the original package was submitted.
I do believe it's a shared burden, and, you know, hopefully going forward, everybody kind of learns a lesson, I'd say, because that definitely went to the wayside. I don't understand how that
Sure. I think we're.
slipped through the cracks, and I agree with Jimmy that it should have been, you know,
Yeah. Honestly, we were
a
just focused on
big
the
target
bridge.
for you guys at that. I mean, you were well ahead of it, and then, you know, it just dissipated.
Sure.
I don't know all the specifics. I'm not, you know, things were different at the point in time when you did submit the letter. But, in my
Yeah, I
opinion,
mean-
I'd say a 2-year extension is fair at
Yeah.
this point.
I hear you loud and clear. Apologies. Not meant that way. It was sincerely, you know, obviously there are a lot of questions around the bridge, so we were just hyper-focused
No,
on that.
and again, I mean, it's unfortunate, it is. I mean, it's not something, you know, not the way we want to do things.
Sure.
I'd like to speak.
Go ahead.
Why, I was just wondering and curious, if they could, we're talking about a lot of work at hand, why wouldn't we just go with the normal 3-year?
Well, I entertained a motion for 2 years, so let's go with that motion and see where it goes.
I'm comfortable
Yeah.
too.
He's comfortable with 2.
As long as you think
My
you can
own
do it.
personal opinion with that is you had 3, right?
Yep.
You give another 3, that's 6. I just feel that, you know, 2 years, start working, do your thing or whatever, and go from there, right? So, going back to it, again, I've already entertained a motion for a 2-year.
Can I just ask
Oh.
a question? I
Could
feel
you-
like this is like never.
You gotta step up
Oh,
to
I'm
the
sorry.
podium.
Could you
That's
come
okay.
up, please?
Heidi Espinola, 29 Park Drive.
You still gotta come to the podium.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could please.
I'm just wondering, how many extensions are we gonna keep having with this project?
So-
I just feel like it, like, I don't even understand where this is like all coming from. I feel it's up to them, like you said, to have brought forth the extension. Or we had meetings, or we have the abutters that maybe could be part of all of this, but I feel like it's never ending. It's extension upon extension. And I think way back in the very beginning, when they changed the entrance, that was I think that was a major. So I think this is just getting out of control. I mean, I don't know.
So what I can say is, they did come forward to us for a request of an extension to get denied. Unfortunately, my own opinion is that Haley allowed this to go on the old permit.
Yes, I do recall
So
that.
that's how they got that other extension. This board did not give them an extension. So they went back to the original permit.
Okay,
Under the original permit, we denied the extension, and then Haley gave it to them.
again, I remember.
Yep, so they had the COVID extension,
Mhm.
they had the Haley extension, so they have not received an extension from this board.
No.
So this is
Okay.
the first time that the extension is given from this board. We are into it real deep. They got a lot of paperwork into it, a lot of everything into it.
It's a lot at stake, I understand.
Yep, I mean, we've really tried to make sure all i's are dotted, t's are
Yeah,
crossed. I think that I've been really
I think yeah,
pushing every single button to make sure everything is done to the best of the abilities. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's why I'm willing to say, okay, you know, let's vote on a 2-year extension.
yeah. No, I believe the board has done everything. I just feel like it's in 2 years, if that's what's agreed upon,
Yeah.
what's the next step?
Yeah.
Well,
If 2 years from now, does the
complete.
project have to start
No, it needs to be complete.
fully complete in 2 years?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
That's
Well, I would
the,
have to say
that's
no on a
the-
3-year. I would,
Well,
I don't want an
prob-
extension,
I
but 2
entertain
year,
the
and I think the
motion.
board's
I'm
been
gonna
great.
say it one more time, and then we are gonna put it to a vote, okay?
All right.
I'd like to entertain a motion that we give a 2-year extension on the project.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
You can't,
Yeah,
you
no.
can't, somebody else has to put the motion in. Chairman
I
can't
mean,
make the motion, so it has
Yeah.
to go.
I'll make that motion, yes.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
do I get a second?
That's right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
All set on the extension?
Yep.
Thank you, much appreciated.
I really wish you luck. I don't see it being done in 2 years.
Next, continued public hearing request for an amended order of condition, applicants in Copper Park Drive LLC, owner White's Farm Incorporated, off Park Drive, SE 001-0553. And a request for an amendment to an existing order of condition was filed by Copper Park Drive LLC for property located off Park Drive, map 17, lot 22B, dot 13. The applicant proposes to install a solar photovoltaic PV array consisting of 4,999 kW and battery storage project within the 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. Revisions include wetland crossing areas and wetland flagging. The applicant is represented by Weston and Sampson. Plan name is Park Drive Solar PV Development, dated December 10th, 2020, revised September 16th, 2025. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken. Go right ahead, young man.
Can you just open that?
I'd like to entertain a motion to open the continued public hearing.
So moved.
Do I get a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So we have an amended order of conditions we've discussed previously. We have final draft or final document that everybody's agreed upon. And ultimately, Sincarfa has reviewed everything, we're great with everything. Paperwork's in, completed, so I'm just gonna ask you guys to put it to a vote.
Okay, first of all, anyone in the audience? Okay, anyone from the board?
I have to say at this point that I feel that there's been more than an adequate amount of investigatory work done
Yep.
on this project. I'm not thrilled about the project, I can tell you that. But I feel that you've done your due diligence beyond, our expectations. And that being said, I am ready to vote on this issue this evening.
Okay,
I just want to say one thing.
go right ahead.
I'm also in construction. I personally don't feel that the 2 years that we just voted upon will be enough. I do not know if all of us will be sitting here. I'm gonna strongly suggest you do not put your contractors under severe stress and have things done the wrong way, because we are now forcing to have it done within a timeline that I personally think is a pretty tight timeline,
Sure.
okay? So I just wanted it to be aware, I personally wouldn't have any problem making sure this project gets done till it's finished. But I can't talk for everybody on the board or anybody that might come on this board.
Sure.
But I know how construction gets. And the more tight the timeline, the more slack the construction becomes.
Yeah, but Eric, excuse me.
Yes, I'm just
No,
speaking.
I'm saying, we've already handled the extension, 2-year extension. If they have to come back to us for another year, we'll entertain the motion.
I'm just asking
But
that.
the extension is done with. The discussion on the
Yeah.
extension is done with.
Exactly, so like I said, I'm just asking that we don't cut corners,
Sure.
even on the amendment. Let's not cut corners. Let's get it done to the way it's supposed to be done and do it to our best abilities, especially for the neighbors and everybody else around.
No,
All
I
right.
hear you loud and clear, and I appreciate it, so thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, before putting it to vote, I do want to read off all the special conditions, make sure we're all fine with them.
Yep.
So we I told you that we wrote up, Julie and I wrote up some special conditions. We sent it to Bill Madden to get another evaluation of it. It's kind of the same things that her and I did come up with it. I think that he wrote it a little bit better, so I'm glad we did send it to him. But let me just start off. There's 9 items. I believe you had it sent to you also?
Yep.
Okay, so I will read it off so the public has it. 1, Secaucus Park Drive LLC shall provide the Conservation Commission a mutual agreed upon clerk of the work that will monitor all construction with a 100-foot buffer zone and construction of the wetland crossing. With that being said, you said for the whole project you would hire a clerk, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's the entire project.
Yes.
Okay. Wetland replication areas, buffer zone, enhancement areas. The name, contractor information, and qualifications of such person shall be provided to the commission prior to the commence of construction for review and mutual approval. The monitor shall provide the commission throughout construction weekly reports, may be combined with other reports. The report shall address condition of site erosion controls, any evidence of erosion or sediment that may affect wetlands, and mitigation measurements, as well as weekly project status updates. Reports are to include site photo and weekly progress summary from each site visit. The agent or chairman of the commission must be on site when drilling or driving commences. Double spill kit shall be on site while working in the wetlands. No machinery or equipment shall be left on the bridge at night. No refueling of machinery or equipment shall occur on the bridge or within the area below and within the limit of work associated with the bridge. The siltation fences must be installed and maintained in place throughout the entire project, and the agent shall be advised of the erosion control placement and shall conduct an inspection 5 days in advance of the start of construction. Limits of replication area shall be staked and flagged. All stumps to be removed must have their roots cut prior to removal. All spoils and stumps shall be removed via the bridge deck. With that being said, you also have the standards order of conditions that are in the order of conditions.
Correct.
With that being said, I'd like to entertain a motion that the order of conditions be approved.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Abstain?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Sorry, can I just a point of order?
Go ahead.
I've got a little bit of a concern with the number of voting members. It's very possible, I think, that in order to actually approve the request for amended order of conditions, just like the approval for an order of conditions requires a majority of the full commission, which would mean, I think you're a 7-member
No, we're
commission.
five.
We're 5
You're
members.
5?
That's
Yep.
correct.
All right,
Oh,
strike all that.
okay.
So at 3 you're good. I was just worried about the abstention. If you're only
Put
5,
your
we're
mind
good.
at ease, I checked with the town clerk
Yes.
today, and that was approved at the fall town meeting,
Okay,
and it becomes effective immediately upon approval of the town. So
perfect. Then I'm good.
It was
Yep.
changed to a 5-member.
That's good to know. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you. That's it?
That's it.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated.
I do have a question.
Sure.
What do you foresee as a timeline? So the public knows and has an idea of what to expect going forward.
Sure. We have to put that together in a sense
Okay.
of, now that we have to place a PO with the bridge. We couldn't place a PO,
No,
obviously,
that's
with
got you.
approval
Yeah,
and
okay.
everything else. So it'll be entirely dictated around that. They understand, obviously, it's a tight timeline, so as soon as we actually have that put together, we'll obviously share that with you guys. But we'll be endeavoring to honestly get moving on this as soon as possible.
And then as soon as you get that to us, then if anyone calls, we can say, hey, listen, this is their start date, this is where they're looking to go in.
Yep.
And we'll go from there.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Jim, we want the extension recorded first?
Yep,
I mean.
extension
and just-
recorded
and
first.
Just give me
Yeah,
some
fine.
time to get that to you.
Yep.
That's fine.
Just give me some time.
And the other thing is the
Busy
clerk of the
day.
works.
Yep.
So you're gonna get a hold of Zach.
Yep, we have some resumes in. We're going through them right now. As soon as we have, we've narrowed down the list from this to this, we'll share our top candidates with you.
Okay. So with that being also said, I'd like to entertain a motion that we close the public hearing.
Great.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very good.
All set?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Great working with you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Christian, I'll give you a call.
All right, yep, very good, Alex.
2.5, a certificate of compliance was filed by Tony Santos for property located at 16 Brook Drive. The site work included the installation of a septic system upgrade located within a 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. Septic system as built dated November 7th, 2018 on file. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken. This one here goes right to Julia.
So last we talked about, I mentioned that I spoke with Tony and there was some trash in the wetlands and he said he would get it cleaned up and send photo, like evidence that he's done it. I haven't heard from him yet, so I'm gonna reach out to him over email and see where he's at with that.
Sounds good.
I'm putting this on the next agenda then?
Yes, definitely put it on the next agenda.
It says vote. Do we have to vote on that?
Please.
Can we entertain a motion for this to be continued to the next meeting of
11th. February 11th.
February 11th?
Okay, we have a motion to extend it to the February 11th meeting.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
February 11th.
February 11th. All right, new business. Public hearing NOI Buzzard Bay Coalition Incorporated, 91 South Main Street, SE001. What's the rest of the numbers?
619, I just got it today.
0619. A notice of intent was filed by Buzzard Bay Coalition Incorporated for property located at 91 South Main Street, map 25, lot 61.62.34B. The applicant proposes to a septic system repair, including the installation of a 1,500-gallon septic tank, Advantex AX20 filter, pump basin, and bottomless sand filter within the 100-foot buffer zone to the top of the bank of an unnamed perennial stream running from a culvert running under South Main Street toward the Acushnet River. The applicant is represented by John Marchand of Fowling Court. Plan name is Subsurface Sewage Disposal System, dated September 2nd, 2025. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken. I'd like to entertain a motion that we open the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to open the hearing.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Go ahead, John.
Good evening, John Marchand from Farland Corp. I don't know who takes. As you had mentioned, this is a notice of intent for a septic system repair at 91 South Main. The site's located on the west side of South Main Street, right across from the quarry. It's an existing two-bedroom, single-family house. There's a garage in the rear of the site. As you mentioned, this is an Advantex advanced treatment system with a bottomless sand filter. The perennial stream cuts through the northwest portion of the site. Part of the project is to take down the garage. I know there was some discussion at the site visit of possibly moving the parking to where the garage is to get the system further away from the stream. Buzzards Bay Coalition actually owns this entire parcel from South Main Street to the Acushnet River. This is all part of a conservation restriction. And what the plan is once this system is constructed and they go to sell the house, they're gonna put they wanna put make this back portion where the garage is now, part of a restriction area. So it would basically run from this line straight across, so all this area would also be part of the restricted area. So that's kind of why the parking was further close to the house.
So, with that being said, I did go to the Board of Health today, pulled out the plans with Joe, went over it. I don't know much about septic systems per se. He gave me a lot of information on this. It's really high-tech, probably one of the best systems that could be out there.
Yeah.
And Joe really explained to me a lot. Like I said, I never knew the system before. Joe and I went over it. Actually very impressed about the system. With that being said, I kind of don't have an issue with where things are set up now. I kind of did on site, thinking that, hey, it's a normal septic system, right? Yeah. Okay, it's a lot different than what I thought, and Joe really enlightened me on it.
Yep. Yeah. He really likes these.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't the coalition do it like this before, on another project?
I don't know if the coalition used a septic system like this, but this is like the Cadillac of Cadillacs. You ain't gonna get no better of a septic
If
system.
I could, what was the footprint on that
It is
field there, on that?
5.75 feet by 18 feet.
Yeah, that's incredible. That is incredible.
The house near the road.
What's that?
Is that the house near the road?
Yes.
Yep.
The little white
With
house.
the father?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the septic system's going right behind the house, in between where the garage and house is. They're taking down the garage, I guess from what John is saying. They're gonna cut that property line right there
Yeah.
and make it more restricted land.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna read off a special condition. And of course, it goes part of the standard conditions as well, John. So, that does have that perennial stream. I think that maybe there should be a spill kit there. So I am gonna read off a special one. Erosion control inspection on-site meeting with contractor within 5 days prior to construction. No stockpiling materials, no equipment stored, no refueling, no portable toilets or washout from concrete in the buffer zone. With that being said, is that whole thing in the buffer zone?
The whole site's within the 200-foot riverfront. There is, so this is the 100-foot buffer from the top of bank right here. So there's a small portion in the back and a little bit in the front that's not within the top of bank buffer.
So we just did this, the reason I'm asking, we just did this for someone else who has it really tight on the buffer zone to do the washout. I say that we reduce it again. So the toilets are washouts for concrete within the 75-foot buffer zone. An emergency spill kit shall be on site. Emergency phone numbers, including environmental cleanup contacts, shall be available on site. A certificate of compliance request shall be filed no later than 18 months after the issue of the occupancy permit, which that there doesn't fall under. I don't believe they're going to need an occupancy permit. So with that being said, we'll give you 18 months after the construction to apply for a COC. If not, then it's a $200 fine if they don't get a hold of the conservation agent or fails to do the COC.
We'll be sure to be on top of it.
Yep. With that being said, I'd like to entertain a motion that the order of conditions be approved.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain. Still don't get the hang of it.
Okay. With that being said, I'd like to also entertain a motion that we close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All set. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Public hearing, RDA Bruce Wendell Carlson Living Trust and Susan Steele Carlson Living Trust, 355 Main Street. A request for determination was filed by Bruce Wendell Carlson Living Trust and Susan Steele Carlson Living Trust for property located at 355 Main Street, map 22, lot 19D. The applicant proposes to demolish the existing fire damage house and garage, which will be loaded into dumpsters for proper off-site disposal. The foundation will remain. The rear yard shell and miscellaneous junk will also be removed. Work will be performed within the 100-foot buffer zone of a bordering vegetated wetland and within the 200-foot riverfront boundary of a brook. The applicant is represented by David M. Davinian of Snyder, Davinian and Leon Incorporated. Plan name is site plan for property located at 355 Main Street in Acushnet, Mass. Dated December 31st, 2025. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken. Dave?
Good evening,
Can
Mr.
you,
Chairman, board members.
can you open that?
Oh, hold on. I'd like to entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
Motion to open.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Sorry, Dave.
That's okay. For the record, I'm Dave DeVignan from Schneider, DeVignan and Leone, representing the owners of the property. This property is actually 12 acres in size. Part of the most of the property to the north is the old driving range everybody knows, and is now a solar farm. This house is situated almost to the southern portion of the property. It caught fire somewhere about 2 years ago, or maybe longer, I'm not sure. It's been left kind of dormant in its current state. The owners are looking to remove the burn structure off of the foundation. That'll be done using an excavator, put into a dumpster, which will be placed right on the paved driveway. We're showing erosion control 30 feet parallel to the building, enough to work around it, pick the structure up in pieces, load it in dumpster, and haul it away. There's no actual construction work as far as excavation proposed on the RDA. There's some junk in this corner, and then there's a little shed here. I mean, the shed's probably 7 by 7. I didn't show erosion control around it. I thought the excavator could just reach and just pick it up, and there's not much left of it. But if you want erosion control around that, that's fine. Obviously, we're working within a lot of resource areas. We have a wetland line shown to the west, which was shown on the solar farm project. We also have a perennial stream. As far as I know, it's unnamed. To the south, it's actually the border of the property. There is a thicket of brush adjacent to the stream as well. But nothing will be touched as far as that goes. So the work falls within the buffer zone of the BVW, the 100-foot buffer zone of the stream, and since it's perennial, we're within a riverfront area. But the activity as far as moving the excavator around will be in the existing overgrown lawn area. So since there's no actual excavation work of any earth moving as far as filling or grading or excavation of the ground, we filed an RDA, so we seek a negative determination so they can move ahead. They already have a local contractor lined up to do the work.
So we were out there Saturday. All the straw wattles are in place. They're a lot further away than what you have drawn. They went oversized, which is pretty cool. They're right up against the shed on closest to the trailer. My own personal opinion, I think they should buy 2 more pieces and just go around the shed.
If they're that close, then
Yeah. Like they're probably 4 feet from it.
okay.
So I think just a couple more pieces. That's my own opinion. It's up to the board. But with that being said, anyone else?
No, I agree with the wattles on that shed.
I would also suggest adding
Yeah.
wattles around it, just because it's so close to the resource areas.
Sure. I'll convey that to the contractor,
Mhm.
probably on my way home. We're friendly.
Yeah.
Send him a text and make sure he does that. He'll call your office as well.
Yeah, and again, Dave, because of good standings, just have him send some photos in that it was placed there. I think that would be acceptable.
I'll have him call the office anyway and let
Sounds
the
good.
region know.
Anyone else got anything?
No.
Okay, with that being said, I'd like to entertain a motion for a negative determination.
Motion for negative determination.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Can you close that, please?
Entertain a motion to, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, public hearing, RDA 7 Tilly Way LLC, CO Paul Mitchell, 7 Tilly Way. A request for determination was filed by 7 Tilly Way LLC, Paul Mitchell, for property located at 7 Tilly Way, map 14, lot 4K. The applicant requests authorization for work consisting of the placement of concrete blocks for a temporary storage shelter on top, to cut trees at the edge of the perimeter of said structure, and to remove and relocate a stone retaining wall and a minor amount of fill. Work will be performed within the 100-foot buffer zone to a border of vegetated wetland and an inland bank of an intermittent stream. Plan name is Site Plan for property located at 7 Tilly Way, dated, there's no date there. I'd like to entertain a motion that we open the public hearing.
Motion to open public hearing.
Do I get a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Dave.
So the plan date's January 13th, 2026.
Thank you.
113.
So again, I'm Dave DeVignan. I'm representing Paul Mitchell, who owns this property. Is 7 Tilly Way LLC is the actual ownership. So this is Paul's shop for his concrete company, and there was work done under an RDA to the east and north of the existing mobile home, which included taking out piles of fill and grading the site. On that RDA, the plan had proposed to loam and seed the area and to actually pull out some fill along the easterly boundary near the stream. This filing isn't after the fact. It's for a temporary shelter that he's semi-constructed in the northeast corner of the property. It's temporary in nature in that it can be torn down. It doesn't require a building permit. It basically consists of 2x2 concrete blocks as a base, and then there will be a shelter attached to the top, simply to store stuff inside. We did go out and relocate there's a stone retaining wall along the boundary of the property that wraps around this structure. We're proposing to remove the wall closest to the brook and pull it in so that it's a parallel distance of 8 feet from the existing structure. There's a tree stump that's still there on the northeast corner. We basically eyeballed that or measured it at 8 feet. That'll be our line of sight to move the wall parallel to that, take out the fill. What I'm told is probably less than 12 inches of gravel fill, but it is kind of hard packed, so we're going to pull it all out, throw some loam and seed, and let it revegetate. And that'll put a buffer of vegetation between us and the stream. We did this is an accurate depiction of what the stream looks like. We went and located the center line of the stream. There's also an area, there were some trees that were cut, not in the wetland, in the buffer zone. They were laid down on the other side of that wall. I don't see the point in going in there and taking it out. A lot of conservation commissions consider that habitat once you have down debris in the buffer zone like that, so we're proposing to just leave that be. So that's the gist of the project. We are within the buffer zone of the BVW to the north and the bank for the stream to the east. So we're seeking a negative determination.
Anyone got anything? Okay. With that being said, entertain a motion for a negative determination.
I'll make a motion.
Huh?
Right?
Yeah, I said that. Entertain a motion for a negative determination. All right. Do I get a second? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Aye.
Thank you.
I'd like to entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close public hearing.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, next, certificate of compliance, Alphonse Coca, 225 Mattapoisett Road, SE 001-0599. A certificate of compliance was filed by Alphonse Coca for for property located at 225 Mattapoisett Road, map 10, lot 14.14A. The applicant constructed a single-family dwelling with a septic system, roof area, infiltration system, well, associated grading, and a small portion of the driveway within the 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. Site as-built dated January 3rd, 2026, and as-built foundation plan dated May 20th, 2025 on file. Review of matters presented, vote may be taken. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, Alphonse Cole, KBM Design Group. First, I'm sorry for missing you guys on Saturday. I showed there around 9:35 and you guys were gone. And then Mr. Souza happened to drive by an hour later and I met with him to go over the site. The biggest concern was the grass cover that is not up to the 75% coverage requirement. And otherwise, I think everything else was installed per plan. The stone wall with the trenches, that infiltration trench is connected to the recharge system at the rear, shown right here. And then the split rail fence was installed, I think in December by the early December by the applicant. So with that short presentation, I'll see if you guys have any questions, or how would you like?
So just real quick, I live right, 3 houses down, right? So I've been by there, I've been watching the whole build. Things went really fast, and I always kept looking to make sure that you were, by plan, everything went by plan. I think the only issue we have is no lawn, right?
Correct.
So,
and he did hydro seed. Apparently, they didn't follow up. Whoever was supposed to water the lawn did not do a good job at it.
Oh, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
and like I told you Saturday, right? I've been by there, I saw them hydro seed, and I'm like, why ain't they watering this, right? And they never watered it. So of course you ended up with a dead lawn. So what I'd like to do, I'm going to entertain a motion that we continue this. Joanne, do you have a date in the first meeting in May?
May 13th,
Chairman, if
there'll
I
be a
may.
Okay.
Did we find out where that pipe dumped out?
Yes, we did.
we found it. And,
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then Jim was at the site. We talked about this today. They were able to see it, and it's according to plan as well.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
according to
Okay.
plan. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I've throughout the process with the septic and the infiltration system, I was on site witnessing and taking swing ties.
Yeah, because we did question that when we were on the site visit. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was a follow-up, so that's why I posed
Yeah.
that
He
question.
was always intended to go back to the recharge system. in the river.
Yeah, we didn't have a plan with us neither, right?
Yeah.
So
No, that's
there was a
true.
couple questions.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Another quick question.
Sure.
This property is supposed to be going right on the market, right?
I'm pretty sure it's sold, so they're holding the escrow from the applicant, from the seller. The mortgage or the attorney is holding some type of escrow.
I hope they're not waiting to get the COC.
No, it's already sold.
Okay.
Yeah, if it wasn't sold already, I think we would have to try to look at a different route, but it was already sold. The bank's holding a $5,000 escrow.
But the bank might not let the escrow go, or
Until
I don't know.
COC is issued.
Right.
huh?
They're gonna hold the.
They're gonna hold that until the COC is issued.
Right.
I don't
Oh,
think,
okay.
I don't think they're gonna be able to get a lawn in until probably completed by May,
Correct.
right? So if I put you either the last one of April or the first one of May, what do you think?
Either or should work. Matt, I spoke with Mr. Botello. He's aware of that, and he's gonna make sure that thing is done because they want their
Yeah.
the escrow to be released. So
Yeah.
the escrow won't be released. It's just in case the developer walks. They have the money to finish the
Yep.
the lawn.
Sure.
Okay, so let's go back one more time. Entertain a motion to continue to what date? May what?
May 13th will be.
May 13th.
It'll be at-
Motion to continue
be
to
at the
May
police
13th.
station.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
There you go.
I'm gonna that one.
With a site visit, you wanna go back out and look?
Yeah, we'll have to do
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
site visit.
So,
Sure.
May
Alright.
13th, Saturday, May 9th. So,
Awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Joanne? I'm
Yeah.
abstaining from that one.
abstain, okay.
I just don't know the exact law.
All right, discussion. 35 Hathaway Road, review of matters presented, votes may be taken. Julia, you want to fill us in on this one?
Yeah, so last time, this was one that we talked about. When we went on the site visit, we saw that there was a trench dug on the property. I talked about the two options last time, which was either they can file for an NOI, an after-the-fact NOI, or it would be an enforcement order from the commission to get a replication if they don't comply with that. So I did send a letter to the homeowner letting him know those options because I wasn't able to reach him on the phone. We're playing phone tag.
Excuse me? Can I get a point of order right now? Unfortunately, this project obtains to a stormwater project which lands under MS4, and it should be held within the presence of the proper board in charge of MS4, which is the selectmen board. We do not have jurisdiction over stormwater of public. Yeah, we just don't have jurisdiction.
No, I kind of disagree with you.
I'm not asking to disagree or not. I was.
Julia actually did her homework on this. She gave us all the information
No.
last meeting.
Yeah. she
Point of
did.
order is
Yes,
not
she
how
did.
that works. It's not for a discussion. It's just
That's it.
stating a fact.
Yeah,
That's it. There's no reason to go no further.
no.
Don't we have jurisdiction if anyone does anything in the wetlands,
Correct.
they need an NOI?
You need to do exactly what I said. There's a point of order. It does not have to do, there's things inside of this issue that are not under our jurisdiction. The proper way to move forward is to have the selectmen present. If we want to move forward with any actions, selectmen needs to be involved because they are in charge of the town's stormwater.
Well, the stormwater board is here.
No, it isn't. We do not have jurisdiction. We do not have jurisdiction
In your
of
research,
town stormwater for
Julia.
MS4. MS4 lands under the selectmen.
That's considered wetlands, is it not?
It doesn't matter.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. Wetlands can be used as stormwater for town purposes. This lands under, that's another reason why it has to be done in the correct manner, and it has to be brought in front of the selectmen who have the jurisdiction to deal with the stormwater. We do not have jurisdiction of stormwater.
Yes, we do.
No, we have jurisdiction of stormwater for single-family dwellings. And actually, single-family dwellings are exempt from stormwater. You're gonna say the 40,000 square feet.
No, I'm
but
not
with
gonna say the
wording-
40,000 square feet. What I'm gonna say is the guy took an excavator
Yeah,
and brought
okay,
it
but
into the wetlands.
That doesn't, I'm not saying we can't move forward. What I'm saying is, we need to have the selectmen present in order to talk about it and to proceed any further. It lands, a lot of it lands outside of our jurisdiction. That's it. Lands out of our jurisdiction. Selectmen needs to be involved. If
I don't
Julia
think
want-
so.
It doesn't matter if you think
Yeah, I
so.
don't see that.
I already talked to people today. They
Yeah.
told me to stop and have it brought in front of the selectmen if we want to
Who'd you
move
speak
forward.
to?
It does not matter.
Yes, it does,
There's a
Eric.
point of
You just
order.
can't say you
That's
talked
it.
to
It's
somebody.
not here for an argument. We're not here for an argument.
Can we let Julia continue with?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put in a
Yeah,
motion
we really-
to have this continued until further investigation is done involving the selectmen. That's
A
it.
motion was put in.
Yeah, there's a motion on the floor.
I don't want to do anything wrong, but,
I don't care what you do. I know what the law is.
no, I'm saying I'm agreeing with you because I don't know.
So then go
Well,
for it.
Are we
I-
gonna allow
yeah,
Julia to
all right,
finish
so-
with what she
Well,
followed?
we got a
up?
motion. We're gonna have to either say yay or nay on the motion.
Selectmen need to
Well,
be
this-
involved.
There's no,
Well, the selectman, I believe you told Julia today that the selectman was supposed to call her. A selectman never did call her. With that being said, he knew that there was a meeting tonight, so if a selectman should have
There
been
is still a
involved.
motion on the board.
That's right,
There's
and
nothing
I
to be
just said it,
discussed.
and I keep saying, does
So make
anyone
your
want to
vote.
second this motion?
Make your vote.
No one has seconded the motion, so therefore there is no vote.
Okay.
All right.
go, yeah, if you could continue, Julia, please. Go for it.
I was just gonna say that I suggest, per the DEP's recommendation when I spoke to the DEP circuit rider, that we just have the applicant file for an NOI with a time limit of the next 30 days. If they can file for that, that's my suggestion per the DEP recommendation.
All right, so what we can do is, I want you to reach out to the selectmen, call them, tell them exactly what's going on, and further investigate it. I don't feel that a selectman has to be here, that's my opinion. I know that Eric said that a selectman was gonna reach out to you. He knew that there was a meeting, hopefully he's watching this tonight. With that being said, he has to reach out. I want you to reach out to them. I will also reach out to the person that he said was gonna call you. I will reach out to him tomorrow morning. I feel this is more of a wetland violation than just a stormwater. There is no stormwater permit on that property. There is no rights to go into the wetlands with an excavator.
It's not.
With that being said, I'd like to put this onto the next agenda. So I'm going to entertain a motion that this gets put onto the next agenda.
Discussion,
So moved.
yeah.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No.
And you want Julia to reach out to the homeowner to be present here too?
The homeowner don't seem to want to be.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that, it's fine. I was saying that I did reach out to him finally. I got a hold of him today, and we're gonna be in contact via email since we're having a hard time reaching out to each other on the phone, so I'll be in contact with him.
So, yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Are you in tomorrow, Julia?
Yes.
All right, do me a favor, call the selectman.
Okay.
All right?
Yep, wrote that down.
So February 11th.
Yep, February 11th. Okay, stormwater agent, review of matters presented, votes may be taken. I know that Julia has been doing some homework on stormwater. We've had some complaints on stormwater. I actually was at one of the selectmen's meetings saying that we do need a stormwater agent. I had a meeting with Mr. Kelly, and what he said is to bring it to this commission if we think Julia is ready for stormwater to become part of that, become her job. I've been working a lot with Julia. I am very impressed with the way she works. I'm very impressed with the way she does her homework on everything. She goes well above and beyond. She's a quick learner. And with that being said, I'd like to entertain a motion to vote her as stormwater agent.
What stormwater are we looking after?
What this board owns.
So the things that she's already doing?
Yep. She's doing it on her own. She's not getting paid to do it. But we're gonna move forward and give her the whole ball
Should
of
be
wax.
the official
Yep.
stormwater agent.
So
What
I'll make
would
that
be-
motion to
what
appoint
would-
Julia as
what would be the
stormwater
difference?
agent.
So what they did is they said, okay, we want you to start at a certain pay level with stormwater. They didn't want her to set her up for failure. They weren't sure if she was gonna be able to handle it, so they didn't give it to her immediately. I talked to Jamie Kelly. Jamie Kelly says, since we need a stormwater agent, and she's already investigating it and going through the homework and going to site visits when we're not even there, guys, that I feel that Julia should get the whole ball in wax. Mr. Kelly said if he thinks that we feel she's ready for it, that bring it forward. So that's what I'm bringing it forward tonight, is that she gets the whole ball in wax. As the Conservation Commission agent and stormwater agent combined as one, which our office has, and all agents prior to Julia has been the stormwater / conservation agent.
So again, I'll make that
Yeah.
motion to appoint Julia as the stormwater agent.
Do I get a second? All those in favor?
I gotta abstain.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
We know you're
Well
doing
deserved.
an
No,
awesome
it's
job.
well
Yeah.
deserved. No, you've been doing.
Just so everyone knows, now I'll bring it to, I'll call the chairman tomorrow, the selectman chairman, ask to be put on their agenda. I'll let them know how the vote went, and let's move this forward.
Another feather in your cap.
Hmm?
Another feather in
Oh,
your cap.
yeah.
All right, next, MACC Annual Conference Reminder, Classes, Workshops. So, once again, guys, we got, what's the date on that?
February 28th.
February 28th. We have, why does that date seem so crazy? We have another class meeting. We have to take, okay, that's a 70, all right. We have to take and let Joanne know what we're doing, what classes we want. Anyone interested have to step up. I know that I'm gonna try to meet with Julia tomorrow. I wanna go again, set my classes. Last year I had a death in the family, I couldn't make it, but this year I am interested in going again.
I won't be there for another class.
So you can't go.
It seems like there was a lot of like repetitive classes.
Yeah, did you look at it?
Yeah.
I did too, yeah.
Eric,
It's
did
the
you have a
same-
chance?
It's the same thing every year, that's why
Yeah.
I'm not going again.
Yeah, so I'm
they
gonna,
were
I'm
doing
gonna
things
bow
this
out.
year.
I've taken the last 2 years that I've gone. Again, I say it, there was a lot of repetitive classes. I feel pretty confident in the education that I've received courtesy of the town. So I'm gonna bow out for the offer this year.
And I believe you're gonna be away?
No, I'll be back, so I'm gonna take another look at it.
All right.
I looked at it today, there's some new stuff
There
on
is
there with-
some of the,
with
you
some
think some of the
bridge
programs
construction
are,
stuff on there, yeah. There's some vernal
I need
pool
to take
stuff.
another hard look at it, I do.
There's some vernal
Yeah.
pool stuff.
So-
I perused it, but,
Let's all take a look at
Yeah.
it, figure out what we
All right. I'll
wanna
try
do,
to-
get back to
Okay.
Joanne,
No, I'll try
and go
to,
from there.
Yeah,
before I go.
and I looked into getting a scholarship for one of us, you know, so she's working on it with me. So hopefully we can get one. Ease the burden a little bit. It doesn't come out of a fund that the taxpayers pay for, it all comes out of the WPA, so there won't be
Yeah.
any burden to anybody, but, you know, if I can get one paid for, it'd be great.
Why not, right?
Yeah,
Look at it again.
so I'm working
Yeah.
on that.
All right, Julia, agent updates.
So one thing I just wanted to bring up was 25 Hathaway Road, which is something that we saw when we were at 35 Hathaway Road, the trench that continued on to 25. So I reached out to the property owner, let him know of the potential violation we saw, and he brought me his forest management plan from Walden Forest Conservation. And he's permitted to do work in his wetlands to protect his trees and manage them and conserve them in a certain way. So that's what I found when I spoke with him. I don't know if we want to do anything further with this or how we can proceed from there.
So, I know that the forestry, him clearing, he's going by his management plan. I actually saw it at the office with Julia. He's abiding by his permit. And he's doing exactly, I forgot the guy's name, but according to his forester. The only thing I don't know is anything about the trenches that were dug. It's a little bit back and forth there. One guy saying that they dug it because he's flooding him, and the other guy saying he dug it because he's flooding him. So I think we have to look into a little further on the trench digging, and as far as the clearing, the guy is under his management.
We're gonna have to get the selectmen involved again, because that whole stream over there that runs that is part of the stormwater system. Unfortunately,
That stream, the one that Scott dug, and the other one is not part of a stream.
no, but what I'm saying is the issue that's coming into play for these residents is a town stormwater issue, which is backing up into residents' backyards, houses, etc., which needs to be addressed through the selectmen, because it's a town issue which is causing these problems. Are they or are they not going about it the right way? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they are or they're not. What I'm saying is the root of the problem that has been going on in this neck of the woods for quite some time now is all caused from that stream that's part of the town's stormwater system under MS4 stormwater law, which lands under the selectmen, so they have to be involved. That's it. They have to be involved. Doesn't mean.
That's your opinion, we're gonna talk to the selectmen and go from there, Rick, I already said it. I do have some serious issues there, because I don't believe 100% of what you're saying. No matter what, Julia did talk to DEP, you do not have the right to go into the thing. They've never had an issue on that property until the property got sold by the owner,
There's
is
no
what was said.
reason to
Nope.
get upset.
I'm not
about
upset, Eric, I'm just telling you what I feel. That owner himself said he's never had an issue until the property was sold. So that's why I'm like,
You're saying I'm lying, but
I'm not
gonna
saying
show you
you're
something in
lying.
a little bit, and you're gonna change your mind.
no, you're
So
not.
hold on.
So what I'm gonna do
and
is
just
we're gonna talk
continue
to
to
the
do what we're
selectmen.
supposed to be doing.
We're gonna
getting
talk
out of
to the
order.
selectmen. I didn't say we're not talking to the selectmen. I asked Julia to reach out to him. I personally myself call him, and we'll go from there. With that being said, Joanne, we have papers to sign?
Yes, you do, lots of them,
Let's bring them around.
Yeah.
okay?
Future business,
So
Judy?
can we shut this meeting down?
Yep.
Nope. Because I still got one more thing to read, and we are gonna sign. Okay, future business. The next meeting of the Conservation Commission will be held on February 11th, 2026.
Why you look at me when you say
The
that?
meeting will be held at the Town Hall Meeting Room located at 122 Main Street, Acushnet, Mass. With that being said, to the public and to engineers, we have one other situation, Julia.
Yes, so the Finance Committee is going to need this room for their hearings. So the Conservation Commission will be using the police station for our hearings starting March.
March what? We get the very first meeting in March?
Our very first meeting in March.
Which, if you don't mind, Joanne, can we have that date?
So beginning March 11th.
March 11th, okay.
So the 2 February hearings, I've been told, are okay in this location because the Finance Committee will be using the opposite Wednesdays. So I've hashed that out over the last month with the Board of Selectmen.
All right, next one is pass around.
Mhm.
Think we're good. Right, this is 91 South
I
Main
don't have any to
Street.
sign.
Just flip to that page, please. I don't think, Eric, you voted on
I
nothing,
didn't vote on, I voted on one thing.
something.
Abstain, no, nope, no vote.
And this is 355.
Oh, I did, 35 negative.
This is 355 Main for the fire project there, the
Okay,
demolition of that.
okay, yeah.
And then this is the 7 Tilly Way after the fact project.
This one's all set.
This is the extension for Castle. Oh, Doug, you weren't
I
here when
wasn't here.
some of those, yeah.
Well, I missed that
Yep.
as much as I
Missed
wanted
that.
to be.
Right on the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yep, he missed that.
Christian, you got this
Oh,
one?
whoa,
Yep, okay,
whoa.
but
Don't
yeah.
get,
Yeah, I know. I don't wanna have to fetch any signatures again, send anybody out.
It was so hot in here, now it got chilly, or is it just me?
Mm.
I don't know, but it was real hot at the beginning.
Yeah, maybe it's this door, I'm over here, I'm like, "Geez."
I told her to put the heat on, 'cause us women get hot
So
and
you
cold.
guys voted on the extension.
Easy.
we did,
Easy.
yeah, 2 years.
Alright, we're still on the,
Oh,
2 years.
okay. I
But they
forget.
seem,
can we close the meeting
you know,
yet?
they
Yep, we're
initially
gonna,
were
as soon as the last
looking
paper's
for
signed.
overall
Let's pass the
documents.
paperwork, guys, we're still in a meeting, we're still live.
They put in.
Yeah, you can't, you weren't here for the Sincapo.
Okay.
So this is gonna be the amended order. Thank you. I hurt my neck. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
She shouldn't have been shoveling.
I can't.
Pick up two
I have,
shovels, it helps
Frozen
better.
shoulder and
What's that?
sciatic nerve.
I said use 2 shovels,
Lucky.
equal your body out.
But I was trying to stretch it, and if I try to help myself, sometimes I hurt myself.
Yeah.
There it is. And then this is the last one.
That's the amended order.
Yeah.
amended order.
All right, folks, with that, I'd like to entertain a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.